Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, we're talking pound for pound ranking, specifically the number one ranked pound for pound fighter on the planet, Islam Makhachev. We're going to talk about Islam. What does the Dagestani style mean for the UFC heading forward? New potential fighters, and what does it truly mean to be pound for pound best fighter on the planet? Before getting started, make sure to like, subscribe so we can get our community 1,000 subscribers ASAP. Obviously, UFC 309 is in the history books at this point. Newest ranking shows Islam Makhachev being ranked number one, and number two ranked best fighter on the planet, or pound for pound best fighter on the planet, is Johnny Bones Jones. I did speak about that in previous video if you want to go check that out. Personally speaking, I think that obviously the pound for pound ranking, aside from what I think about it, it has the criteria that the UFC has in order for fighters to be ranked at said position. In all honesty, seeing a guy like John Jones being ranked at number 4, it's kind of acts like a mind twister in a way, because how does a guy that basically grew up with the UFC in its best days and is still an active fighter and whose last performance was just as good as his best performance, we're talking about John Jones here, be ranked at number 2? I think personally it's sort of an insult. I do understand that there is obviously criteria that we have to respect that makes these fighters be ranked the way that they are. But for Johnny, personally, I don't know why. I just seeing number 2 by this guy's name is just kind of bothersome for me. I believe that he's undoubtedly the best fighter on the planet, pound for pound, greatest fighter on the planet. And what has John Jones got to prove? I mean, what else has he got to prove? He's beat fighters from 3 different generations, and he's still fighting. And potentially he's beating the next generation, which is Tom Aspinall, which is a fight that might happen sometime soon. I do digress a bit. I'm going to talk about the number 1 ranked pound for pound fighter on the planet. It might sound like I'm trying to take something away from Islam Makhachev here, but in terms of entertainment value, I would have to rank John Jones above our number 1 pound for pound best fighter on the planet, Islam Makhachev. Not saying that his fights are boring, but most certainly, obviously, John Jones possesses wrestling as well, but his octagon IQ is second to none. That's been proven time and time again. Obviously, you're only as good as your last performance. As for Makhachev, obviously he's been way more active than John Jones the past 5 years, so perhaps just sheer activity puts Islam up top, and obviously he's defeated the likes of Alexander Volkanovski, Charles Oliveira, and so on, Dustin Poirier, you name it. So the guy deserves his respect. But personally speaking, I think as long as John Jones is an active fighter, you can forget about anybody trying to match the guy's accolades. And when I say accolades, I mean 2 divisions. I don't even know how long John's been fighting at this point. It's got to be well over a decade, probably stretching over to the 2nd decade at this point, midway through the 2nd decade of active UFC career. Defended that light heavyweight title and heavyweight at this point numerous times. The consistency, the fight IQ, and the dominance of John Jones is second to none. But, when we talk about the Dagestani style of wrestling, we do have to stop and realize that these guys they haven't been given anything. They're taking it. So we have to respect that. Even though for, a fan like myself, it's more fun to see flying knees and spinning back elbows. But, whatever gets the results for a champion, Islam Makhachev here. With no disrespect to Islam here, but John Jones is the best fighter on the planet. If you made it this far, appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe for more.